Dire Team's turn to ban.
Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 1 for the Internationals 2018. We're going to see PSG LGD face off against OG. This is a clash that we haven't seen before. This is going to be the first time that these two teams meet in the upper bracket. We'll have to see what they bring out to the table. OG looking extremely good in the upper bracket. PSG having such consistency to make it to the upper bracket and playing in the position that they are right now.
Dire Team ban.
Joined with me today is Scarab, who will be doing your analytical casting.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Scarab here. I'm glad to be here with Fire. I'm glad to be here and everything. This game is going to be exciting, I would say. My money, I would rather on OG and then PSG. PSG is having a good game so far in the season, but OG is so far looking better in the team I would say.
I don't know, PSG has been looking quite consistent for me, and that's the reason why they've been a top team, considering this year is also supposed to be a Chinese year to win the TI. So let's hope they don't let us down here. The bans so far looking pretty straightforward. It looks like PSG do not want to go up against any sort of lane pushing, any sort of early game control for them. So they're banning out the Nature's Prophet along with the Chen for them first. We'll have to see what they bring in now. It's obviously not going to be the Venge of the Silencer, so it's going to be the Morphling. They really don't want to face up against the Morphling. Might see a PL here for PSG LGD, but the first pick for OG is going to be that dreaded IO, who made it all the way through to the first pick phase.
Yeah, seeing IO in the pro scene at the moment is really nice. The consistency and the survivability that IO brings to the game is so much stronger than the normal, as you would say, meta supports, I would say. The IO just brings forward healing and some damage that he puts out with his carry.
Yeah, along with the tether really can be chaotic for him. It's surprising that he's made it this far, but the Weaver and the Drow, this is a very strong combo because you have the Drow aura, you have the Weaver who's going to be carrying in the lane. It's a nuisance to deal with him. He does have a double attack as soon as he starts hitting you, so it's not really something you can avoid first off, and it seems like he's got an initial burst and then just such good consistent damage, and now the Drow aura to go along with that.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the amount of range that through the Weaver is double. The amount of damage that the Drow aura gives to the Weaver, it's so much more than its burst. It's just going to be crazy with him getting the Desolator.
Naturally,
as you can see.
Sorry, we would have expected Gyrocopter coming out, the IO being there. Gyrocopter is such a very good hero to pick with it. So the next banning phase should look a bit more, shall we say, team-based bans.
Yeah, I would say more like the support-based or the offlane based bans. Most of them are picked already for the side of PSG, just trying to keep the OG from getting a secondary carry as well as their mid laners. Still, that has not been picked.
Yeah, the mid lane ban, as you mentioned it, they're banning out the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit being a hero that it seems to have come in the right hands. It's a pretty damn good hero to play with because you can just zip into team fights, take control of one of the heroes. Usually, a support hero or a very utility-focused hero like something like an Eldar Titan, a Crystal Maiden, or any sort of hard support that you have that's going to disable team fights. The Storm Spirit will just zip in and annihilate that thing with such good burst damage, and then is able to just wreak havoc in a team fight.
Yeah, on the side of OG, I just start banging out some of the strongest supports, going with that you have there with the Drow and the Weaver. I would ban out something like a Witch Doctor maybe. Seeing as they have the burst, they have the sustained damage, they just need something to lock someone down with.
Yeah, they'll definitely be looking at their control in the next fight. it seems like the meta is still a bit focused around the control heroes, seeing that not a lot of things pierce spell immunity as much as it used to, and a lot of things these days do pierce spell immunity, forcing teams to build BKBs and Lincoln Spheres, in which case you're still kind of controlling the team fight because you're forcing them to go into an item that they need instead of an item that would make them essentially more powerful than your gyrocopter would right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're forcing, in team fights, they're just forcing the other carriers to build more defensive items than offensive items. Big difference in damage and output and team fight at the end of the day. I mean, the amount of damage he could have rather gotten out with an MKB than he would have with Lincolns on the gyro. It's just such a big difference in damage output.
This is the ban that we spoke about just now as well, the Bane ban. One of the heroes that he's consistent with dealing damage with sort of in a support role. He can deal his damage very well. He's got the crowd control, and he also makes sure that one of the carries, like for example, even the Dow Ranger, is able to reduce her damage and not be as effective as it would be, giving the team time to get the initial pickoffs on stuff like the support heroes, especially the IO, having the IO who's very fragile, but good in the right hands, a very powerful hero, and casual hands or someone who's even good at the scene, but you don't have the team to play around the IO. It seems like it could be a bit more difficult to deal with or to play with.
Yeah, as you can see the ban on the side of PSG, banning the Arc Warden. I mean, that's such a big survivability spell that he has, just making that all the range heroes just keep missing him from a range far. I mean, that forces them into going to melee range and trying to get to him. But as you can see, PSG just securing him, making sure that the side of OG does not get him. I mean, that's such a big team fight disruptor mischance with his bubble.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and speaking about a disruptor, we got the next best thing for PSG, which is the Winter Wyvern and the Enchantress now. Two very strong heroes in the current meta. Winter Wyvern being sort of the next best thing to the Crystal Maiden, as well as some would say the Phoenix, but in a heavy support role, the Winter Wyvern is just a nuisance to deal with in the team fights. The Winter's Curse ulti as well, just getting a pick off before the fight even starts, and then you have the untouchable Enchantress along with the Gyrocopter, who's going to be dealing a lot of damage. So you have your frontline fighter with Enchantress, Impetus naturally at a very long range, able to deal the damage from someone who's either running away or just standing away from a team fight like the Drow Ranger would, especially building the items that she's going to build.
Yeah, and as you can see on the side of PSG, just picking up that Witch Doctor, just disrupting with that paralyzing cast with him. I mean, that's such a big disrupting spell to the enemy team, just locking down a few members of them, just jumping around between everyone. And Winter Wyvern's ulti is just so strong, locking down someone, and just enemy team getting their own members is just ridiculous. The side of Enchantress, just with the amount of healing she can put up with those wisps, is such a big side of OG.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, well, we did speak about the sort of control that PSG would need in their team fights, Witch Doctor and Winter Wyvern definitely being the heroes, but Pugna now coming out from OG. This is going to be probably the mid-hero Pugna, who's going to be looking to just push down the lane quite fast. Not a lot of heroes that can stand against the farming abilities of the Pugna, because he's just going to harass you out of the lane. Naturally, you want to look for something that's going to be have a bit of distance to fight with, something maybe like the OD, but then again, OD needs a bit more farm than the Pugna would, and if a Pugna is there to get the last hits and denies, it's dreadful. Like, yeah, you have to keep playing on the back foot against something like a Pugna.
Yeah, and I mean, Pugna just cancelling out the Witch Doctor ulti on their main carry if he starts focusing with the Quinell-Fire, making it. I mean, the Witch Doctor's ulti seeing as his physical damage, it would not do anything. The Witch Doctor's ulti is focusing, but the amount of the Pugna also can get with it has his Aghanims just healing up the carry as he's taking damage survivability item once again on the side of OG.
Yeah, the Dragon Lance going to probably be the first item that Drow Ranger would want to look at.
Turn to ban.
Not necessarily going to be looking at the Mask of Madness, seeing as she would have to go a bit more, I wouldn't say tanky, but a bit more consistent damage. Not looking to get the burst off. That's why you have the Weaver, that's why you have the Witch Doctor along with the Maledict. So the Drow Ranger is going to be the one that's going to be like the Dragon Knights, just doing consistent damage to Team Fight. The Invoker band coming out for PSG LGD, they're probably assuming that this Pugna is not going mid, or just want to make sure that the Invoker for Thompson doesn't come out, because we have seen him earlier in this tournament just annihilate full teams, even with a joking around sort of cross-wex Invoker. And yeah, the next ban for OG could determine the outcome of both teams sort of early game.
Seeing as OG knows that PSG still needs their mid if the Drow doesn't go mid. I mean, the Drow is viable still mid, but it's just such a big difference. As you can see, the ban going on Priestess of the Moon. I mean, that's just more lockdown for the side of PSG away from the lockdown, seeing as they already have the Witch Doctor. But as I can see, I would rather say that OG still needs a mid. I would not put the Pugna mid at the moment, seeing as if it's going to go against the Drow, it's going to be such a difficulty.
Yeah, obviously banning out the Priestess of the Mirana, Priestess of the Moon. Not want to give them another hero that's going to benefit so much from the Drow Aura. Wraith King going to come out for OG, being another tanky hero that they'll have to deal with. Even with the Aura now, you're fighting off against the hero that you have to kill twice. The Weaver will have to probably go into the Diffusal Blade now instead of the normal Desolator or
10 seconds remaining.
You know, or sort of the wave pushing items that he's kind of used to building. They'll have to start building for the Diffusal Blade. With nothing else in their team that can build the Diffusal Blade, they're going into overtime deciding on what they need to build to counter these heroes. It could still be a PL. I mean, there could still be a carry if the Jow's going mid. Weaver could also be mid, but the Weaver could be in the off lane along with the Winter Wyvern. That's a very strong combo for them. So, you know.
Yeah, as you can see, PSG just picking up that Huskar. That's such a strong front line for them. I mean, with the amount of magic damage resistance he has, it's just so strong against that Pugna and the Enchantress.
Yeah,
just the fact that they have the Wraith King, that's a bit of it.
Alright, and Arna going to take on the Gyrocopter. This seems like it's going to be the mid Gyrocopter. Oh, sorry, the carry Gyrocopter. Thompson is on the Pugna, so it's going to be the mid Pugna against the Arme Drow Ranger. So that'll be the lineup that they're looking for. X-Nova naturally going to be in the Witch Doctor. So both teams having quite a consistent lineup to deal with, because you can't really deal with the Huskar from the side of OG, and you have to kind of keep locking him down, and you don't have that much lockdown for OG. They only have the Pugna. There's a stun out on the Wraith King, there's a stun out on the Gyrocopter, but other than that, there's only slow. So the Huskar is going to keep damaging your team, and along with the Drow Ranger ult, he's just going to deal that much more damage, which, you know, could make this an interesting team fight.
Yeah, I mean, seeing as the Huskar as well is also ranged, I think he's also benefiting from the Drow's ult and passive. I mean, that's just so much damage he's going to be able to put out. And with the Winter Wyvern, just keeps on healing him up. It's just going to be this crazy amount of sustain for that Huskar. Just keep on burning everyone down.
Naturally. So going into game number 1, which team are you going to pick to win this game?
Honestly, I would actually have hired my money on OG at the beginning, but looking at the lineup, I'd rather put my money on the sustainable damage they have put out and the amount of lockdown they have. I would say they have the strongest team fight team at the end of the day. But the side of OG, I would say, have the stronger lane push team. I mean, with Pugna, it's just crazy the amount of damage you can put out to towers.
Yeah, you know, right? So, I'm going to be introducing you to PSG LGD. It's a team that came all the way, that's pretty new, picked up by LGD. They're doing pretty well here in the upper bracket. They're a strong, consistent team. It's going to be Chalice in the off lane. Supporting him is going to be FY. Huskar going to be played here by Somnus on mid. The X-Nova going to be supporting at the bottom lane on his Witch Doctor, and Almay naturally going to be on the carry Drow Ranger.
And on the side of OG Doctor, Jerax on the IO support, just keeping him
30 seconds to battle.
Wraith King support going to be a tri-lane on top lane. You're going to see Thompson in the middle on the Pugna, and you're going to see Seb on the Enchantress at the bottom lane on the off lane.
Yeah, they look to be going for a pick-off here. They want to play for both ruins. We'll see the same coming out from LGD at the bottom. Going for that extra ruin, but going up against Seb, does have the Nature's Attendants, will be taking a bit of damage. It's going to be 3 going out on the side of the 3 bounty runes going out on the side of OG, and only 1 going for PSG LGD here. Not a very good start for them, as X-Nova did take a lot of damage there at the bottom lane.
Yeah, as you can see, Big Daddy No-Tail just going up in the top lane to secure that ruin, and just knowing that the Enchantress can survive if they tried going on her in the bottom lane on the off lane.
Yeah, Big Daddy going to have quite a walk to come down to the bottom, but they're not going to worry too much about that. This could mean a bit of extra XP for Enchantress in order to get that untouchable up. Seb taking way too much damage. The stun going to go out on X-Nova. Seb taking too much damage still. He is going to pop the healing, and that's going to be enough to get the first blood on OG. On the PSG LGD. They're now making their way on Almay. There is another stun going to come out, but it is in range of the tower, so Almay should be fine here. X-Nova TP's back and does get the healing off.
Yeah, I mean, that's just such an amount of damage with that Wraith King stun. Wraith King having one of the strongest early physical damage just putting out on him. It's a slow auto attack, but he hits as a truck.
Yeah, it does. The first last hits and denies going to go in the favor of the Weaver still. Up in the top lane, Arna's doing taking a lot of damage, but he does have the Jerax to heal him up still.
Yeah, I mean, the IO survivability in a lane is so much... It's just crazy. I mean, he can heal himself while healing his carry as well.
Let's talk a bit about... Sorry. Jerax taking way too much damage up top. FY and Chalice going to be in the bottom lane, mid lane. Thompson also taking a lot of damage. We'll have to pop the salve now. Almay and X-Nova in the bottom lane.
I mean, the Askar in the mid lane against Pugna. Pugna's just gonna have such a horrible time against him. He just keeps on popping up his burning spear on him. It's just such an irritating spell. Just early game, just keep on poking him down. The more stacks you have, the more burn he has.
Yeah, we do see in the bottom lane. We can talk about Seb with the Nature's Attendants along with Big Daddy No-Tail, who will probably be having the Vampiric Aura up. Both here at the middle lane. Somnus taking way too much damage. Thompson, he is going to get the Decrypify. Gets the Nether Blast off, and that's going to be a kill on mid.
Oh, as you can see, the burning
top lane, Jerax going to fall there as well. Burning Spear going to ensure the kill goes out. Apologies for that. Goes out onto Thompson as well. So I was interrupting you in the middle of the cast. That burning spear is just
irritating in the middle lane. I mean, even if you kill the Husker, he's making sure he's getting someone down with him as well.
Again, FY does fall. He pays for his life with it for the kill on Jerax because he did just TP back. Sustained a lot of damage for Ana.
Yeah, I mean, it's rather just take out the support than taking out the carry. The carry just losing so much farm if he gets taken out early.
Big Daddy, moving on bottom. There's not much going to happen here. Both teams pretty far back. There's only the Precision Aura and the Frost Arrow is on Drow. Only level 2. 11 and 9 coming out for the side of Husker in terms of last hits and denies, and 12 and 2 going in the favor of Weaver. So both teams for both heroes in the top now for PSG LGD doing really well.
Yeah, as you can see, the Pugna just struggling last hitting against that Husker. Just keep on poking him down. It's just such a difficulty to last hit against that thing.
Alright, 19 and 6 now coming in the favor of top as Ana is taking a lot of damage. Chalice is chasing them down. Jerax is gonna almost go down. Chalice now being slowed up there. FY gonna pop another Splinter Blast, and that's gonna be enough. One more right click gets the kill on him, and FY will be able to walk right out of there.
Yeah, that Arctic Burn from the Winter Wyvern is just so strong, and it's just adding so much range, just in the little bit amount of range that's needed to get someone down.
So let's talk about the support Big Daddy No Tail, the Wraith King. That's something.
I mean, Wraith King support is viable, I would say, rather than taking something that's just standing back in the backline. I mean, they have enough backline damages at the moment. They needed something in the front line, and that thing is so tanky with his Reincarnation ulti. I mean, you have to kill him twice.
Thompson almost going to fall to the ticks there, as Big Daddy No Tail did TP in order to refresh the bottle. Very good plays there from him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the amount of... He needed help in the mid. I mean, the Huskar just kept on poking him down. As you can see in the last hits, Pagna sitting on 11 and Huskar almost doubled his last hits on 21. That's just such a big difference.
So the first items for the Huskar seems it's obviously, naturally, it's going to be the armlet for him, as he wants to get the pickoffs, wants to get the extra attack speed. Big Daddy No Tail smokes up. He does put a ward down on top. FY gonna go on. Chalice gonna come in as well. Honor taking a lot of damage, but he is a lot of sustain from Jerax. Big Daddy No Tail comes in as well now. He did get the stun off on FY, and that's gonna be the kill on FY. And Chalice is gonna fall as well.
That sustain from that IO is just a crazy amount. As you can see, that Gyrocopter just surviving everything they threw at him.
Hectic to deal with, especially if you have Big Daddy No Tail coming in from behind. They're getting the stun onto your Arc, or onto your Winter Wyvern, and being able to deal that much damage to the support as well.
Yeah, seeing as the Winter Wyvern doesn't have Cold Embrace yet, just so little amount of defenses they have. Seeing as the Gyro taking down Chalice as well, that amount of burst with that Rocket Barrage is just crazy.
Flak Cannon along with the homing missile was able to just solo out Chalice, and he couldn't escape. So very good play there from Ana to see that move in. Jarax moving in middle. Bottom lane. X-Nova now. Big Daddy is at the bottom as well. They want to try and get the pick off on Arme. X-Nova taking a lot of damage here. There's 2 seconds until the stun comes out on Arme again. Seb is dealing a lot of damage with the impetus, and they're going to get a double kill for Seb in the bottom lane.
That's a big... and the tower as well. That's such a big gold lead for the side of OG. I mean, the early tower, the early double kill, that's just so much gold lead for them on the side of Seb.
Yes, Seb now 3 levels in untouchable. Thompson going to fall again mid lane as FY was there to... Thompson was moving up top though, sorry. Thompson moving up top, and he is going to get picked off there by Chalice and FY.
Yeah, I mean, if they lock you down, those two, they're just crazy amount of slow and damage and everything they can put out on you. I mean, even if you try and get out with the Decrypify, they have magic damage as well.
Arctic Burn, yeah, 8% damage. Movement slow at 34% on level 3.
I mean,
Jarax, No Tail. There is going to be a stun coming out from Somnus. He is going to try and look for Big Daddy No Tail. They did jump. The Splinter Blast is going to come out. Big Daddy No Tail taking a lot of damage. And that's going to be the first fall. Big Daddy No Tail. Seb is there. He wants to get in the fight with the untouchable. X-Nova taking a lot of damage. Jerax wants to TP back. He is able to TP. But Somnus and X-Nova going to fall. Seb now taking a lot of damage here from Chalice. Chalice is going to Sakuchi. Is going to try and get the kill maybe. Geminate attack still on cooldown, so he's not going to fight there. FY is here. Has the Arctic Burn off of cooldown as Thompson seems to be staying too long. He is able to get the life drain off, and that's going to be Chalice falling as well.
That amount of damage with the Decrypify, life drain, and Nether Blast combo is so much in the early game against a soft carry like Weaver.
Mid gonna get stunned. Somnus is able to just life break in, but Big Daddy No Tail making it back to his tower. Decrypify gonna come out along with the Nether Blast.
That's just so much damage with that combo. I mean, such a small character dealing so much damage with 2 spells. It's just crazy.
see middle lane again. Thompson taking a lot of damage. Optic Burn going to come out, but this is going to be Anna and Jerax moving in. This is 9 minutes into the game. 6 and 11, a 4k, correct me, 3k net worth lead for the side of OG. FY taking way too much damage now. He throws the Splinter Blast, but not going to be
damage. Coming out with that impetus is just crazy. I mean, the further he is, the more damage it does. It's just crazy amount of damage in the early game.
Somnus is farming up this camp even. They are going to focus down the tower. They need to get their priorities straight. Big Daddy No-Tail taking a lot of damage, but the stun coming out on the FY. The Decrypify is going to save Big Daddy No-Tail, but Somnus is going to fall in the middle lane. Geminate attack is there for Chalice. He does get out the Swarm as well, Sakuchi, and that's going to be the drop onto the Gyrocopter. Big Daddy No-Tail still low. Thompson as well. The Maledict coming out. The Splinter Blast. Chalice is able to get the kill onto Thompson. That's going to be 2 heroes dead for the trade of 1. Still OG, Jerax. Triple kill now going out as Big Daddy No-Tail was staying there way too long. Jerax
he was just
waiting to make it out with Seb.
Waiting with the Weaver Ghost runs past him, but as you can see, he did not run past him. That's the second time Jerax in a team fight gets away by just keeping away from everyone. I mean, he's having so much luck in this game. Everyone just leaving him and just letting him go.
And it's like we top lane. Arme gonna take a lot of damage, but Anna has to back off. Chalice is going to chase. But Anna going to have the flat cannon up, and that'll be Chalice just backing off a bit, going back to the farm. And in the bottom lane, Seb's just pushing this wave.
Yeah, as you can see, Anna just on the Gyrocopter just keep on getting farming. I mean, the amount of farm that a Gyrocopter can put out with that flat cannon is just crazy. He just spams up 3 camps at the moment. I mean, that's just quick camp, quick farm, quick gold. I mean, that's just the amount of gold you can get.
Middle lane, we do see the tower taking a lot of damage. Arme did try to move in, wanted to get the stun off, wasn't a success as the cooldown does come in. Arme should be able to TP out, but this is now Somnus. They're going to chase on there. He does get the life break onto the Jerax. Somnus taking now a lot of damage along with Thompson. Thompson going to be able to get the pulse off, and that'll be him falling. Big Daddy No-Tail taking a lot of damage, but FY will pay for his life with that, as Somnus also does get the kill on Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 2-1 trade. I would rather be on the side of OG at that fight. I mean, just their mid lane going down and their support. It's just such a big loss for them, actually.
And Chalice was opting to push in the top lane, but Seb was there. So the side of OG don't really need Seb in their team fights too much right now. The impetus does do a lot of damage, but the sustainability for their side, along with Thompson having the Decrypify life drain with the Nether Strike, the Nether Blast, it's insane for them. The sustainability that the team of OG have, along with the damage that they're able to deal. But however, the side of LGD, not so lucky. They really need Chalice to be part of these team fights if they want to win them the whole time.
I mean, Chalice is also just trying to farm up. I mean, he's so far behind the amount of farm that Anna has on the Gyrocopter. I mean, he's 20 farm behind him. I mean, that's a lot of gold behind. I mean, at the moment, the Weaver only has power treads on him when the Gyrocopter is starting to build up his BKB. I mean, just the BKB would be such a big advantage for him in the team fight, going against that Winter Wyvern and the amount of silences that the Brow gives to him.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic for both these heroes, under a lot of pressure, as Gyrocopter knows he has to get a bit more. He needs to be able to survive in the team fights. He doesn't need the life train, he just needs to not get stunned. He needs to not get controlled, and as long as he can get the flat cannon along with the rocket barrage off, he should be fine. Arme going to take a missile to the face. The rest of OG move in, they are smoked up. Except for Thompson, he doesn't even care. He's gonna get the Nether Blast along with the Quinell-Fire, and that's gonna be the Winter's Curse coming out. Arme is still gonna fall as Big Daddy was not part of the Winter's Curse. Splinter Blast gonna come out, and Thompson gonna be taken down for it as the stun comes out onto Chalice, and he will fall because that ward was dropped earlier. Witch Doctor now, X-Nova dropping the ultimate. Somnus is also there, dealing a lot of damage, will get stunned up, and that'll be both of them falling as the buyback does come out for Jerax.
I mean, the amount of burst the side of OG just brings out with that Seb range damage. I mean, he already has the Dragon Lance out. That's such a big range for him. Just so much more damage for him on his Impetus ultimate spell.
Yeah, Jerax actually gonna take Ana all the way back home, and then Ana just TPing to the top lane in order to push that out, making sure that there's no real advantage for PSG LGD to push up on, which is a pretty nice play from him.
Yeah, I mean, Ana's just keep on farming up. The more farm he has, the stronger the team fights get, the stronger he gets.
Yeah, getting quite closer, a lot closer to the Black King bar.
That's going to be such a big advantage for the side of OG. Just not this Ire not being able to worry about him anymore. Just healing up the rest of the team with his tether. Just making sure that the front line keeps up, giving up, and making sure that the Pugna survives the team fights.
Speaking of Pugna, Big Daddy No Tail and Thompson working together, placing the ward there. There is now the Veil of Discord on Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, that's just even more burst. I mean, the Quinell-Fire adding 25 increased magic damage, and the Veil of Discord adding...
Somnus is going to get the Quinell-Fire. The life break's going to come out onto them. Big Daddy No Tail's there with the stun and the life drain now. Going to go out as the Winter's Curse comes in to save Somnus there. Will it save him though? He does get the toggle off, gets a bit of help. That's going to be the Pugna falling. Ana going to fall next. The cooldown does come out. Big Daddy No Tail going to drop for his first life. Should be able to get the stun, but Seb is there to pick up the kill onto X Nova, and second time Big Daddy No Tail falls. He won't be coming back. It's going to be 28 seconds for him in the graveyard.
I mean, just a few minutes back, OG had a 3k lead in gold. They're just slowly falling, losing their gold lead at the moment to the side of PSG.
Yeah, 15 minutes, 16 minutes into the game right now, and PSG LGD doing a lot. They're actually trying to go for the... They're actually trying to go for the Roshan now as Seb and Jerax moving up the bottom lane. PSG LGD Chalice will pick it up with the Dire. Was able to secure the kill onto Roshan, and Alme is going to fall there as well. Jerax is going to be bottling up the double damage urine. He's probably just doing that in order to make sure he has bottle charges. However, the tether does give damage to him as well. X Nova moving at bottom.
Yeah, I mean, just spamming over that wall at Roshan is just so much damage.
Chalice going to be backing off behind the tier 2. X Nova is planting wards here down bottom. He's probably needs to TP back to his team.
Yeah, I mean, they're using the Glimmer fortification on the tower at the tier 2. I mean, just keeping OG away from their tower, just surviving a bit longer on their towers.
And X Nova placing the wards in the positions that they want it, or sort of where the team wants to be pushing next. The rest of them are just backing off, defending. They know that they shouldn't be spotted out here as X Nova is very low, or he's very close to them. He will TP out.
Yeah, he was a bit in a dangerous position there. If he got caught out, that would have been a power push from the side of OG.
Somnus and Chalice gonna move on mid. There is now the enchant going out onto that poor creep who just dies there. The second strike from Geminate attack going out on Seb is a bit faster than the initial attack, but still not enough for them. Somnus gonna take a lot of damage.
That untouchable slow is so crazy.
Winter Wyvern gonna throw out the Splinter Blast, but the Undying Zombie... Sorry, the Undying Zombie. I mean the ward coming out from X Nova. Chalice is gonna be able to secure the kill there onto Thompson. Seb gonna get the kill onto Somnus. X Nova dropping very low, but the Winter's Curse coming out for onto the Gyrocop, the Big Daddy No Tail now, along with the Maledict. Going to take way too much damage as Chalice is still here. Jerax is there. They do drop down Chalice. The Aegis of the Immortal will be procced. Ana now taking a lot of damage. FY is still in the back here, alive. Chalice now moving on to Ana. Jerax is not there yet. He does get the tether off now and will try and sustain Ana. Jerax has to move back.
Side of OG just using the courier as a decoy, just keeping them busy. That I would say that fight, the side of OG messed up a bit. Their positioning on the side of Thompson was a bit dodgy. Him dropping early in the fight, getting caught out front line there.
Yeah, they probably could have worked on that better, but then again, they did move up. The side of PSG LGD did move up on them before the rest of the items could go out. Chalice taking a lot of damage there.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting stronger now the more items he gets. But on the side of OG on Gyrocopter with his Maelstrom, actually, I would have rather gone for the BKB early in the game, actually.
Maelstrom, compare the Maelstrom towards the BKB in terms of the push now. Ana probably realizes he's not being going on too much. He's able to stand in the fights as long as Jerax is sustaining him. So the only thing they really need to worry about is the Winter's Curse, and other than that, Winter's Curse is going to work on the BKB anyway, so might as well, Big Daddy No-Tail going to take a lot of damage there. X-Nova going to move out. The TP does come in. The call down now being used from Ana. Somnus is going to get the life break onto that Jerax, and nothing there to sustain Ana now, as Ana does take a lot of damage and he will fall. Somnus will die to Thompson. Chalice will be able to take out Ana. Now FY taking a lot of damage there. Geminate attack along with the swarm coming out from Chalice. Isn't able to get both attacks out on Seb as he will be healing himself up. Thompson now taking a lot of damage. Chalice, he does get the Sakuchi. Thompson going for that wood anyway, gets the Decrepify. Did go for the life train. Now we'll just TP out. The Maledict along with the stun, that should be enough. He is silenced up now as well. And that's going to be a dead Thompson. Overstaying it, some would argue overstaying. I'd argue, keeping the rest of the team busy and creating space.
Yeah, making sure that Seb gets away, seeing as he is the main carrier at the moment, while Ana still needs to get up some items before he can actually dish out enough damage to keep up with Seb's damage.
Ana now on the 10k net worth lead, followed closely but with a competition between Seb and Chalice now. Both of them sitting in the 9k, more or less at the 9.5k net worth, with the 10k net worth here for Ana. So Ana's still getting his farm in.
Yeah, I mean, Ana on the last hits at the Knives at the moment is still way in the lead by far. I mean, him sitting on 150 and the Drow Ranger and the Ame sitting on 130 at the moment.
Ana, you asked about, or you did mention that the Maelstrom came out for him first instead of the BKB, but he is able to farm up quite a lot of last hits now with this as well. It's sort of the farming item that they needed because they realized that PSG was pushing these team fights.
Yeah, I mean that PSG is just engaging so hard on the side of OG at the moment that they might have needed a bit more AoE and sustained damage at the moment. So it's a viable choice, but I would rather have gotten for the more sustained. I mean, BKB also adds some damage to you and a bit more survivability as well.
Yeah, it makes it easier in the team fights. You got you can stand against quite a lot that PSG LGD can throw at you, but if you play your positioning correctly, you kind of don't even have to worry about what they do throw at you. I think that's what they tested with the first, after that second and third Winter's Curse. They were just like, okay, let's separate a bit, try and bait out the Winter's Curse. They did that successfully because the Winter's Curse had to be thrown out a bit more defensively for the side of PSG LGD. And that's why OG said, okay, let's farm items that will help us, farm and deal a bit more damage in the team fights.
Yeah, as you can see on the side of OG, Big Daddy No-Tail just trying to get at that Blink Dagger, just forcing that OG engaging on PSG instead of the opposite side away, around where PSG has been engaging on OG so much.
So let's talk about the Wraith King though. The Wraith King had to buy a lot of wards, and he's not getting the farm he wants. He is queuing up the Blink Dagger, but he's quite a while away from it. Only has the phase boots and two smoke of deceit in his inventory.
I mean, I think seeing as he stacked up his Vampiric Aura first and early, I would rather say they're using him more as a sustain for Ana than anything else, and being more than a meat shield actually in the front line just keeping everyone away from Ana and from Seb.
But he doesn't have the tanky items, so he has to do it by just throwing his life and hoping that he can get the reincarnation out. Now, talking about the reincarnation, the Diffusal Blade is queued up now for Chalice. It's going to make it a bit more difficult for Big Daddy No-Tail to sort of survive the first onslaught, let alone revive and take on a second.
Yeah, but as you can see on Chalice, he already got the BKB. So he doesn't need any more sustain or any more damage from... Okay, he doesn't need any more defensive items. He has enough. He just needed that to get away from that Wagner Decryptify.
Winter's Curse is going to come out. Somnus is now there. Probably looking to get the life break after this. The Decryptify comes out. The life drain is now on Chalice. Chalice does pop the BKB, but Thompson will fall. Somnus now taking way too much damage. He will get cursed up, and that's going to be Somnus now dropping onto Big Daddy No-Tail, but Big Daddy No-Tail will be able to survive. X-Nova now being gone on. The missile is there, but Big Daddy No-Tail gets the last kill, and that's FY also going to fall. So Arnam being lost for OG, Jerax being lost for OG, along with Thompson. It's going to be your main sort of core heroes with one support taken out for 4 heroes on the side of PSG LGD. The only one surviving is going to be Alme.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a good team fight for OG at the moment. The side of PSG did not focus Seb at all. He was just standing in the back line, just throwing his nature's attendants, and just kept on spamming his impetus out on the side of PSG.
Yes, Seb, actually, so this is the part where, after the 20-minute mark, both teams have to sort of fight together as 5, and we mentioned earlier that the side of PSG LGD was trying to force that onto OG to fight a lot sooner because they did have Chalice, had a bit of I wouldn't say an item advantage, but he didn't have to build the items to defuse the rest of the team yet. So they wanted to force the team fights, and that's when Seb wasn't really that necessary yet. Still for the side of OG, whereas PSG need to stack as 5 and fight. Now scaling into a bit more of the late game, starting to look a bit worried.
Yeah, I mean, seeing as you can see the Gyrocopter just queuing up 2 BKBs, making sure he knows what he needs next. I mean, on the side of PSG, Drow getting the Mask of Madness and the Shadow Blade down, he's just making sure that he can get in, quickly get a kill, and make sure he can get out on the backline of OG, but it's not happening. I mean, I would rather say he would have gotten something more like a Dragon Lance, upgrading his Dragon Lance into something more sustainable for them on the side.
So the team fight earlier, Big Daddy, the lane Chalice is going to fall down there. That was just way too much. Even with his Sakuchi, he was so slowed up. Winter's Curse now going to come out onto Jerax. As Ana's probably going to take out his own teammate. No! He is able to get the mechanism off, and that'll save himself along with Ana there. Splitter Blast would have been able to secure the kill there. That was very well played there from FY. Not really able to secure the kill on Jerax, as he does have that pocket mechanism for himself. Now going onto Roshan, it's going to be the side of OG looking to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, as well, Seb just dashing in with that Hurricane Flake, just making sure that Jerax survives. It's just so much communication and commitment to just keeping everyone alive.
As Seb proving that he's quite a valuable part to the team. He is able to get his farm off, and you can see it in the items that he's carrying. Talking about items, Wraith King surviving the previous team fight was able to get him that much closer to the Blink Dagger, and he does have it now. Now it starts getting dangerous because any pickoff that OG want, they essentially can have. And as I say that, the impetus, 2 strikes and a 1 shot, 1 left click from the side. Sorry, 1 right click from the side of Big Daddy No-Tail after this time. And that's going to secure them. They pick off on FY.
Yeah, I mean, just making sure that everyone gets picked off with the Wraith King Blink, it's just monstrous if you get caught out with that. Especially with the side of Seb just standing there, just picking people up. As you can see, Drow just silencing everyone, just keep on... Actually, Drow actually also got a BKB. I mean, popping BKB there early, I would have said it's actually a waste of the BKB, seeing as they had the high ground, they had the fight. She wasn't in any trouble at all. I think that was a panic BKB, I would say rather.
I think it was more to try and to make sure that she doesn't get initiated on there for the from the homing missile. And the Jerax is there in the back line as well. They didn't have their full team ready, so popping BKB a bit early could, you know, I think it's an arguable situation, as Arme did elect to pop it a bit earlier to make it a bit more safer play, and it seems to have paid off, as they didn't get the pick off. You know, the Drow Ranger also didn't get the pick off, but the team is pushing back now. They're farming up again. Smoke up from OG.
True, yeah. Looking at the scores, I mean, you see Seb's just sitting on 12-1. I mean, that's such a big lead in kills at the moment. That's why he's just farming up everything he needs, everything the team needs, with his Scythe of Vice, just locking down anyone that comes in their way.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Nether Blast going to be taking a bit of damage down to the tower, but he's still at backdoor protection. The side of OG now standing ready to fight, ready to initiate on anyone that pops in closer. Chalice is going to TP in. Pushing out both waves now.
That is just ensuring that the pressure gets on.
Sumner's going to be picked up here. He wanted to try and TP out. X-Nova is going to be able to pop his ultimate along with the Maledict, and that's going to be a lot of damage for Honor, but Jerax is sustaining him through this because of Pugna actually having the life drain on Jerax. Jerax able to carry that over into Honor. That's an insane combination for them. Winter's Curse going to come out onto the Wraith King. Drow Ranger going to get the silence off, but it's not going to be enough. The Wraith King will still come back. Honor's going to fall. The buyback here from Thompson. Thompson is back. He is able to get the pulse off. The Nether Ward going to do a lot of damage onto X-Nova, as he's still walking with it to have the healing ward on him. Chain stun going to go out on Seb. Jerax going to take out his turn. Armor going to fall to Thompson. And Seb, they're not able to do a lot of damage. He isn't silenced up. The Maledict is there. Somnus still taking a lot of damage. Seb will fall now thanks to the burn damage. Seb dropping very low. Will it be able to get the heal off? And it is going to be just Jerax and Thompson left. Thompson trying to escape here. Does get the Decrypify off, and he will be able to get the kill onto X-Nova. And Thompson will fall next to Somnus. Somnus now going to be looking to chase onto Jerax, but Jerax will just TP out.
I mean, that was a dieback from Thompson. I mean, that was not worth him just dying there at the moment. As you can see, mid lane just pushing up with that big wave from the side of PSG. They have the push at the moment, backing up. Keep pushing OG back again. I mean, that team fight was arguably actually good for both sides, but actually bad for both sides as well, seeing as the carries from OG got picked off and the side of PSG, Ascar just getting so much farm, getting what he needed, getting what the team needed actually at
Relocate going to come out on bottom FY. He does drop the Winter's Curse as Io TP's in. So Io going to be going back. He is tethered up to go back, and they're going to push up the top lane. Maybe see if they can get the pick off on Chalice, but you're not going to get the pick off on FY.
Chalice just sitting on his second item still. He does not have anything more. He's queuing up the Sacred Relic. I mean, that's such a big item for him. He's most likely going for Nullify, just trying to mute up the enemy team, just trying to mute up that Pugna, or just getting that rating away from everyone, or the side of on the gyrocopter.
Most likely that's Enchantress, because it's so annoying for Chalice the whole time. He has to get the Sakuchi, Geminate attack has to come out as well. He has to get the Swarm off, but he's not able to necessarily get all of his attacks off, so probably just wants to nullify along with the silence, sort of chain silence the Seb, in order to make sure that she can take the damage that's needed, because they want to get the pick off on her. Seb's just doing way too much damage on her own with the impetus the whole time in the team fight. So Hurricane Pike, the BKB is going to be the next year coming out for the Enchantress, but we have to keep talking about the Winter's Curse, because it's still not enough to defeat the Winter's Curse. How are you going to sort of ensure that Jerax stays alive beyond that?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing they tried doing it with it is getting the Blink Dagger on the Wraith King and just trying to force Winter's Curse out on him. But on the side of PSG, they're not that stupid, they're not falling for that trick. But as you can see on the Pugna, getting up to the Dagon actually, I mean, that's such a burst item for him, with the Decrypify adding 60% damage and the Veil of Discord adding 25%. That's 85% damage on the Dagon. That's just crazy amount of damage with the Life Drain.
Yeah, and then you can pop the Life Drain after. We did see Chalice actually taking a lot of damage from that. Thompson now pushing up the middle lane. Both teams have to back a bit. The Heaven's Halberd coming out from Somnus. He has the BKB. The next item he did opt for was the Heaven's Halberd. Now going for the Assault Burst.
I mean, the Heaven's Halberd going out on the side of Huskar, just destroying that Gyrocopter. I mean, he focuses on his auto attacks, so that just keeps him away from doing damage.
But do we think that the Shadow Edge would have been better to get the first strike? If you're able to get the sort of the first burn strike and then do the life drain, would that be? Oh, sorry, not the life drain, the life break onto
yeah,
the
maybe
Arno?
the Enchantress. Or onto Seb. I mean, just destroying that untouchable passive from him. I mean, that would just mean you can actually burst him down instead of just trying to beat him around push.
Yeah, we could argue that one as Shadow. Well, it is what it is. They decided to go for the Heaven's Halberd. That's going to be the item that they're going to be focusing naturally onto the Gyrocopter. Wraith King not a viable option just yet, as even though we say that, it's still Big Daddy No-Tail.
Yeah, it's still No-Tail. I mean, he's still one of the best players.
And if Discord going to come out, Quinell-Fire, there's going to be the Dagon going to secure the kill there onto Somnus. Ana going to take a point from the Maledict. Is going to chase down X-Nova, but Chalice is here, coming in the back from the back line. Big Daddy No-Tail's Illusion still going to be pushing on the mid lane. Arme is going to be force-staffed away from the team fight, and that's going to be the side of OG pushing up high ground. Nothing Chalice and can do.
That amount of burst they had on that Huskar on the side of OG, it's just great.
Going to come out. Ana is going to be able to pop the BKB, not popping the Mask of Madness just yet. Winter's Curse coming out, and that's going to be the BKB still onto him. Jerax not going to tether. He can't tether to him. Taking way too much damage. Big Daddy No-Tail going to fall first as well. So a lot of damage coming out on the side on Weaver now. Is able to get the ulti off, and that's going to be Pugna. Thompson going to fall as well.
Yeah, I mean, his positioning there was horrible, just jumping into the enemy base. For some odd reason, actually using his Blink Dagger that he got earlier. I mean, his positioning, I would say, was skeptical?
Questionable at best. So, Wraith King, Jerax, and Seb able to get away. Jerax opting not to go in to sustain Ana when he was Winter's Cursed up. He still had the BKB, so he wasn't taking a lot of damage, a lot of magic damage, but there was still a lot of pure damage coming out on the side of from Chalice along with Arme there. So still getting caught out with the Winter's Curse as soon as you pop the BKB sort of makes the BKB not worthless, but worthless.
Yeah.
Roshan now going to follow. Somnus is going to be able to pick up the Aegis of the Immortal.
Yeah, as you can see, OG being 2 members down, PSG just has a free second tier tower. I mean, that they don't have enough sustainability or survivability against that. They don't have enough wave clear at all.
Yeah, it's 3v5. You have to back off and respect that. Refresher Orb going to go for the Wraith King. So I say Wraith King as I click onto FY here. So it's going to be going out into FY. Refresher Orb, now you have 2 Winter's Curses to worry about. If you see it though.
No, I mean, yeah, it's just the amount of Winter. I mean, you can Winter Curse the backline and the front line at the same time, leaving PSG open to attack anyone and burst down anyone they want.
Yeah, Weaver is going to have the cheese available for himself in the team fight. So he's going to have the Sakuchi, he's going to have the time lapse, he's going to have the cheese. As soon as he's dropping low, you can't really burst him down. He just time lapses. If he's taking, sort of a more consistent damage, he is just going to pop the cheese, and he's able to deal his damage there as Ana is moving in. Homing Missile. They wanted to go out onto X-Nova. X-Nova going to fall first. Big Daddy No-Tail was able to get the stun off. Winter's Curse going to be coming out onto the Enchantress, but the team's not able to do a lot of damage. Jerax going to fall as well. Next, Big Daddy No-Tail paid for his life there. Chalice is going to be able to get the time lapse off. Jerax did buy back. He is going to go. They are going to be able to drop down Arme. That's going to be Somnus. The Aegis of the Immortal being used. Still taking a lot of damage. He is BKB'd up.
Seb falling.
Gonna fall easily there as FY. Thompson is able to picking up the life drain. Gonna go out onto Somnus now as the stun is there. He's not able to sustain himself. But Jerax is back in the team fight now. He is gonna get Ana up. Jerax able to get a kill onto Somnus. Chalice is gonna get away. The time lapse used, the cheese used, but both scenarios happened. He was able to ult himself back up and say that as Big Daddy No-Tail is there. They do have the Gem of True Sight, but Big Daddy No-Tail taking way too much damage. He is going to fall with his first life. Luckily, that Diffusal Blade not going to deal enough damage. He doesn't even have the Diffusal Blade on him. X-Nova, ulti, did come out there. Thompson going to get the life drain. Chalice taking a lot of damage there. That Nether Ward really draining the mana here from Witch Doctor.
Yeah, the amount of healing he's trying to put out with that is not enough. As you can see, the BKB popping on Weaver, just trying to get away from that stun from Red King. Red King just getting put down with that Winter Curse, making him sure that he does not get away. The amount of burst from that Fognar is running away.
They weren't able to do the damage. The Sakuchi didn't come out in time, so Big Daddy No-Tail was able to just blink away. The swarm is on him, but he wasn't able to blink out.
And Thompson just making sure that the Weaver has to back off with the amount of burst that he has on him.
Yeah, you have a level 2 Dagon on yourself. That's going to be 500 damage, 650 range. You have a Gale of Discord there, along with the Decrepify.
Yeah, Decrepify. It's just crazy. As you can see,
they're waiting on
all
the
the
Roshan.
lanes from PSG just trying to get pushed out.
They have to, because they understand that the
They're
next
a bit
fight
early,
is going to be
I would
around the Roshan pit. So, yeah, a bit early for it. It could be on the minute mark that it is now, but it's not going to be. We know it's not going to be. It's still going to be a while away. Another 3 minutes until Roshan spawns.
As we look at the gold difference, I mean, OG just sitting on a 6k lead at the moment against PSG. That's a big difference in this late game. I mean, as you can see on the side of Ana, him having the Satanic, him having the Lucky Bar, and the defensive Lincoln Spheres. Just so much survivability and burst that he has with that.
Yeah, at this stage, it seems like it's at just below the 75% win ratio, guessed here by Dota Plus, on which team's going to win game number 1, leading in the favor of OG with a 7k net worth lead. They're pushing the waves out. They still won't have they have yet to go high ground and take the tower along with the racks. The top tower has fallen, the mid tower has fallen, and bottom tower is still up, but all 3 lanes still have their racks. So you'll be looking to push in the middle lane and the top lane first, because they have to defend both as there's not a tower there.
Yeah, I mean, the side of OG just running around with that gem, just making sure that the side of PSG has no vision at all against them.
Making sure they have the control. I think that OG is still backing a bit, because they really want to get that Roshan.
Yeah, I mean, they just want to make sure that they have the Roshan for that big push, trying to get one of the Raxes at least down. As you can see on the side of PSG, just smoking up, just making sure that if they get out of the base, they don't get caught out easily. I mean, they don't know exactly.
Under the vision of OG. Hurricane Pike is also a new item being picked up by the Husker, so might just do the life break, do the Hurricane Pike, and then attack from range with the Burning Spear.
Yeah,
it does ensure that you can do a lot more damage onto 2 heroes, but the side of PSG LGD sticking together, they do use their scan. The Dire uses a scan actually.
Yeah, seeing as they don't know where each other is at the moment. I mean, the side of OG only has 1 sentry observer ward in the mid lane. They don't have any wards on the top or the bottom side of the jungle. PSG just making sure they have vision on the top side of their jungle at the moment.
Yeah, they're moving down mid now. Seb is farming up, so the next sort of items needed for both teams before fighting again. What are they?
On the side of OG, I would say rather, the Red King needs to get that Assault Caress up for that Ana to get more attacks out, to get more sustainability for them with the armor buff. I would say the the IO should get the Guardian Greaves, seeing as he already has the mechanism. The Guardian Greaves would just be a more of a survivability and stuff for survivability and defensives for the side of OG, making sure that Anna and Seb keeps getting up the damage.
Yeah, you do have the Nature's Attending still as well. You have the mechanism, so having the finishing up the Guardian's Greaves is going to be big. Big Daddy No Tail going to be going on here on top. He does have his ulti still up. It's gonna proc there. It's 37 seconds left. He did take the no reincarnation mana cost on level 20, so they have to kill him twice the whole time now.
Yeah, every 30 seconds you have to kill him twice. And he slows everyone in that area.
So that's going to be... it's at the point where you don't focus Big Daddy No Tail anymore, right? You can't...
Yeah, but the amount of...
Big Daddy No Tail jumping in. Somnus is going to be able to get the life break on. He does have the armor, does pop the BKB as well as Big Daddy No Tail will fall first. X-Nova going to be dropping as well. Huskar dropping very low. He will get the Cold Embrace off, but he is taking a lot of damage here from Thompson on the side. Chalice is going to fall next in that team fight. Ana did pay for his life as well, but a lot of damage going out. Seb is now there. The healing going to come out from X-Nova.
Seb just pops everything with his impressives. He's just in the backline, just keeping their backline away from his own team. Just keep on spamming everyone down. But the amount of healing and survivability that the Winter Wyvern and the Witch Doctor brings to the team is just so much.
Thompson solo pushing out the lane. Will he be able to catch out Arme? Yeah, he does! He does get the Quinell-Fire along with the Dagon.
Yeah, I mean, level 4 Dagon, Quinell-Fire and Nether Blast. It's so much worse for a carry.
That's going to be 101 seconds without Arme. Naturally, the team deciding to push mid as they are. They will probably be able to just take the racks here. The creeps are here for their side as well. Top lane pushing in for the side of PSG LGD, and that was where Seb and Jerax went initially, but after that pickoff from Thompson, how could they refuse a free racks in mid?
I mean, it's 3 versus 2 supports, so I mean, that's just an easy push.
Yeah, nothing FY and X-Nova can do here on the side of PSG LGD as OG moving up top anyway. No backdoor protection as this catapult is there for them, so they're going to take out 2 racks. This is pretty impressive for the side of OG.
Yeah, that's a big score for them on their side. I mean, having 2 racks just makes so much easier. Less pressure for them in lanes, less pressure for them in the team fights because they know the lanes are pushing on their own.
Roshan going to be up pretty soon, and that seems to be what OG are looking to back out towards. Big Daddy No Tail going to be pushing in the bottom lane, making sure that the side of PSG LGD have to defend their base instead of going for the Roshan pick. Nether Ward is going to come out into Roshan to make sure they can scout it out, along with any positioning coming out for the side of LGD should they decide to move up onto Roshan. It seems like they want to do that as well. They are clearing the wave.
Yeah, I mean, look at the goal difference between OG and LGD at this moment in the game. And that's 20k. That's a lot. That's an entire 6-slot item there for you.
What 6-slot item do you have that costs 6? Somnus is going to be moving up on Roshan. The Swarm going to come out for the side of Chalice as he will get Winter's Curse going to be used here on Somnus. Not too questionable. Okay, Maledict coming out now on the side of Ana. He is going to be taking a lot of damage. Does pop the BKB now, so won't be taking too much damage. Ana still going on to Somnus, but Chalice is going to be able to take down Ana there. X-Nova going to fall. Chalice going to fall next, and PS and FY going to be able to take out Thompson. Big Daddy No Tail wants to go on there. He is able to slow up FY, and one impetus is going to be able to secure the kill on FY. FY and Chalice has to buy back here. Omne is already defending the middle wave, and now OG backing out to get Roshan.
The impetus range and the damage with the Monkey King bar as well. It's just so much damage against one of the supports. It just picks them off so easily.
So you got the Refresher Orb now on Pugna. 2 Nether Wards.
2 Nether Wards, 2 Nether Blasts. It's just... and 2 Dagons. You can actually nuke anyone.
2 Veil of Discords.
You just keep on nuking.
A lot of damage being dealt here on the lower tower. There isn't a fortify for the side of the Radiant, so these racks are just going to fall. This is probably going to be mega creeps now. Arme, Somnus. Wow. Thompson just bursts down Arme as if it's nothing. And the GG does come out for the side of PSG on the GD. That's it, we game 1 going into